Hey, everybody. Let me get this thing going the right way. How's everybody feeling and living today? I hope you're having an amazing time, an amazing life, an amazing morning, an amazing month, and an amazing week that leads to an amazing year for yourself. Hi, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Don, president of felonandfelon.com, where we believe in enlightening them of their abilities and what possibilities lie ahead for them and their family, and to let them know that their installment in the prison system, just what it was, an injustice, and their installment into society and the social norms and the social different disparities that they might have led to them being in the prison system, which is a social thing. So yeah, we like to enlighten brothers and let them know that it's not you, brother. It was your circle. It was just it was society. It was your environment, and that led to your run in with the judicial system, which is run in with the devil. So that's what Felon is about, and I'll encourage anybody to go over there and check us out. I'm always putting out positive content for black males and for the black community. Anybody that's been white people, anyone that's been suppressed by the legal system, judicial system, the statutes that hold everything the way that they like it, that hold us to the confines of their supremacy and our suppression, capitalism and everything else that's the confines of their supremacy and our suppression, capitalism and everything else that's enables them. So, but the topic of this video is the importance of a black male dad in a household, and the because that's what I think and I know to be the turnaround. If we get these black back inside the household, this will be a turnaround for the household. Because think about this: if we have a household that's out of complacent, chaos going on, there's no focus, no clear direction. You have a head of a household, and you have the constituents. Usually, the head of the household is a man. He has his wife, and then he has his offsprings. But nowadays, the head of the household is the black woman. So you have a black woman, and you have the offsprings. No male. Okay, so we find this to be the norm for today's society, social path in life. Women are becoming more independent, more dominant, more men-like. And note, I say men-likeness. So we see this to be the current president. I want to talk to it because I believe that if we have so much crime and discrimination and things that's confusing amongst us, that if we get back to a heterosexual male dominant household, that we can alleviate ourselves from some of the confusion and come back to a more rational way of living and a more homebody environment that that overflows success and go ahead and makes everyone comfortable throughout society. Okay, so what happened? Why aren't men in the household anymore? Did all the men just pack up and leave? No. Contrarily to popular belief, men did not just up and leave their family. There's been roadblocks and hurdles set in place by laws and statutes that make it hard for a male African male to do just the normal things throughout life. You already have the supremacy of a white nationalist movement that looks down on us and is that is and that find themselves intimidated by a black strong man, when there's no need to. But their ideology behind that is because anyone's scared, anyone who anything you can't beat, you can't, if you're scared of, so that's one of the reasons that the male is suppressed so hard, because he brings intimidation and fear to the constituents that hold the power. So if you're in control and you want to you want to hold on to this control, you're going to do everything that you can do to keep everybody else subordinate under you, so that they don't overthrow you. Just the way the law is, the balance, the way the tide turns. You got people at the top, you got people at the bottom, and those people at the top are always going to be, what is the word I'm looking for, skeptical, or always going to be a little weary, of the people on the bottom trying to come because they're so cushy and comforted at the top. So that's just common sense. You're going to have people at the top and people at the bottom, and the people at the top are going to always try to keep the people underneath them. So they got the black male out of the household, because with him gone, you left the woman to fend for herself. Now she goes up against the masculinity of the world, that's mostly dominated by males. That's dominated by, let's not say mostly, that's dominated by white males. So you have the black mom who goes to combat against a white man who runs the society, her jobs, grocery stores, daycares, who runs every the laws, the statutes, the judicial system, prisons, everything that she has to go and navigate through to sustain herself in America or in society. She has to pass through or underneath the laws and the statutes set forth by the white man. Without, if she thinks they're right, she thinks they're wrong, if she wants to vocalize herself or speak out, fight out, she has to do it from her stance, the way that she can as a woman. So understanding some of that, we'll get into the dynamics that we can change these outcomes if this theory of the black man being in the household. Now, hence I say theory because it's so far-fetched. He's been detached from the household that black father in the household is a theory now, but it shouldn't be. So the distinct positive impact of a good dad. A good dad makes you feel safe. Good dad makes you feel safe. You know that your dad's coming home. You know that dad's there. You know that, if another man comes in, he can at least, step up against a man, in opposed to your mom trying to defend off a man by her being by herself. A good dad protect his children from getting hurt. That speaks again to a father in realization of the world and what's before him in front of his face, seeing harm coming his child's way or anticipating harm, feeling it. The father can step in and say, hey, I don't want her going to that school. It's too close to this. There's a liquor store. There's a lot of hanging out. I can use my foresight to see this being a problem. I can intervene. I can speak out and protect my kids. A good dad knows how to keep the bad guys away. See, a good dad always listens to his mom. All right. You can find all of this on my website, FundingFelon.com. This is part of our Fathering Tomorrow campaign that we had a page dedicated to Fathering Tomorrow. The tremendous advantages that are afforded to children who are active, involved fathers that have active, involved fathers during childhood and adolescence. 10 facts about father engagement. Fathers and infants can be equally as attached as mothers and infants. When both parents are involved with the children, infants are attached to both parents from the beginning of life. Father's involvement is related to positive child health outcomes in infants. So it starts all the way from infancy. If the father's there, it kind of takes the tension off the mother, the stress off the female, and balances that stress level out of you might not be stressed, or a lot of times it is stress from society. All of the things that we mentally, physically, and see is always restrained and confined by our society, which it doesn't have to be. It's just a thought and an illusion, you guys. Society is what you perceive it to be. Your society is. But so you got two parents in the household. It's a kind of balance. Let's go through, because we know already pretty much, you guys, that a father needs to be there. But here are 10 qualities that are providing significant in helping our kids grow to be resilient, healthy individuals. Dependability, involvement, compassion, valuing of mother, empathy, being verbally expressive, being human, honesty, playfulness, and being in the that word didn't make it, but being authoritative, just loving. The effects of an absent father. Many fathers over the years have made the heartbreaking choice to leave their families. However, the number of fathers leaving their families has seen an increase in recent decades. The impact that a father has on on his children's lives cannot be understated. When a dad leaves his family, whether physically or emotionally, the effect of his kids can be damaged. Kids who grow up without a dad are more likely to have behavior problems, drop out of school, face depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues, struggle financially, become sexually promiscuous, and or face teenage pregnancy, use drugs and alcohol, become aggressive or violent, leave their own children when they become parents. So it's habitual. It's a repetitious effect, and that's what society wants us to think of. Society tells us that. That last one is really touching big on society because leave their own children when they become parents. This is echoed out through society. There's no thing that says, other than society, that if a person has a kid, just because his dad wasn't there, he's going to live. Nope, that's society, because each individual is a separate organism and left to make their own decisions and conclusions. That person, just because he didn't have a dad, that might be more fuel for him to be a dad. So that's one that you have to be skeptical of, that society creates. Oh, because his daddy wasn't there, you ain't gonna be a good father because you didn't have a father in your life. That's all things that we conquer through verbally putting it out into the atmosphere. Stop doing that. We talk positivity over here. We don't believe in any naysayers. Be the best dad in the world. The ripple effect. Because dads, we have to be there. We have to be authoritative in our father's life. It's a man dominated male culture out here. So we have to be that male domination in our own houses to let our kids know that it's okay to do certain things. It's okay to do this. It's okay to do that. These things do happen. Excuse me, guys. Hello. That was so rude of me. I thought that was important. You feel me? But as a man, you have to be able to take care. Structure should be. You're here to make it easier. When you have a structure, everyone knows what their role is in society. I'm sorry, I don't like to use society, but everyone knows their role in the household. Everyone knows their role in their life, their purpose. When your man's around, there's order instilled in that household. You take the man out, you're receptive to scrutiny. The woman is left alone. She's left to fend and veer for herself. So you need that strong kind of balance inside the household. Then you got the man. He enlightens himself. He educates himself. He reads. He studies. He learns the ways of the world so that he can be better prepared to go out into the world. So he can be better prepared for his family. So he can better prepare himself, and brings a lot of the reasons I am the way that I am today. If they would have been like this, I would have been like this. If they would have did this, I could have had this type of chance. But we need to look past that. Once we understand that where we stand in today's world, that is, once we understand, our eyes are opened, we have to forgive and forget, and we have to just move on from there, because we can't go back and change anything. So we have to learn everything that we feel as though they didn't learn and they didn't put and instill in us. We have to go and pursue and seek that ourselves and build on that, and then build all the things that we else further that we need to know. So we build up what we didn't know, what we think we should have known about the past. That's learning the past to understand the present so that we can plan for the future. So fathers and dads, seek after knowledge, seek great knowledge, seek different angles of knowledge: white knowledge, Jewish knowledge, African knowledge, Egyptian knowledge, all different levels of aspects of knowledge, because in the knowledge you will find your meaning and definition of man. Being a mentor. Mentors, that's another thing. A lot of our youth and boys are walking around without mentors. And that's what I should have made and started this video. Father figures and mentors, foster dads, stepdads, any type of mentor, any type of male image. If you got a janitor, any male figure is a mentor. You have to understand these kids now are walking around me. When I was of a certain age, all I wanted to do was be under a man. I can't really put a finger on the age, maybe 9, 10, 11, 13, 12, up in that, changing into that. I just didn't know that I wanted to be around a man. So I went and I just found boys because we want to identify as a boy, and you want to identify as what you are. So, and you want to be around people that's like-minded. So you want to be around other boys, and you want to say, that's an older boy. I want to, I want to chase out under the older guy because I'm looking to the future, and I see that's where I will be a younger brother who's just yearning for that male bond. If you don't have a dad around or an older brother, then you have the people on the corner. If they're not inspired or doing anything positive, then captivate your child, and he's influenced by whatever they're influenced by. And if they don't have any positive structure, then it's just a rat race. It's just a dog chasing his tail. If the older guys was inspired by other older guys who weren't inspired, say they were inspired by rap music. So the rap guys, that's what they're getting. It was passed down from one, now it's reached your son, and we know how the rap music is. So boys just want to be up under other men, and if we can just push them to be in any program. If you're a woman watching this, get a positive vibe around your son. Look for a group that the men in there are exuberating positivity. You can tell the masculinity is where it should be. They got a good message, they got a good conscious mind, grounded structure underneath them, and just try to usher your child that way. Those men will gravitate toward him, and they will position him inside the structure, inside the camp, and he will get what he needs. So that's one of the things, and I encourage anybody that's a single mother out there to my hat goes off to you. I know it's hard for you. I know you're trying to raise a king. I understand that you are raising a king. Don't harm a man, your child, with verbal abuse. He has to be obedient, and he has to be corrected when he does something wrong. But don't go so far to belittle him with verbally, talking to him in a certain way, because boys, that type of behavior is very bad for the development into a man. If you're steady, he needs to break through this barrier. If he needs to break through and you're steady knocking him down, he'll never develop what it is that he needs, because he's not being able to uphold it. He's not being able to keep it up there. Every time he thinks, not saying he needs to test you or he needs to beat on his chest or anything, but just be a little bit more timid on how you move and talk to, correspond with men, boys, young boys, because we want to develop them. We don't want to hurt them. So I commend stepfathers. I commend foster dads. I commend all mentors. Right in the next chapter of your life, you don't have to make the same choice in your life that your father did. If your own father has left you, then you know that repeating that pattern is not the best choice. It can be a choice that is repeated in your family for generations to come. This does not have to be anyone's story. You can use your life story as a springboard to another path. You can choose how to write the next chapters in your life. Make the choice to break the cycle and of the absent fathers in your family. No more absent fathers. We're doing away with that. Dads are valuable. They're precious. Oh my God, I love. Shouts out to all the dads out there. We're going to get the crime down. We're going to keep creating positivity into our child's life, into this world. I want everybody out there to stay focused. This was just a quick video. It's a Friday. I wanted to get on here, and I just really love dad so much, and I just really want to encourage everybody that if you're a father, you're not alone, and that we need to unite. We need to come together. We need to build that bond and show young men how the bond looks. So we need a relationship of older men bonding together, so that we can take in those younger brothers, add them to our bond, take in some more younger brothers and add them to our bond so that we bond and we all stick like glue and we can build off of that bond and change the social norms of our community as black people, because we don't want to be the black dads ain't ever in the house. He got kids all over the nation. He just doing this. He in jail. He ain't got no job. He out here committing crime. We don't want them to be able to say that. So cavalier. So we have to get to the point where they can't say that so cavalier that just roll off the tongue. So I love you guys for even tapping into this video. And it was really on my mind and my heart. I have a daughter who, even my relationship with my daughter, I'm trying to work on and build out even more, because like I said, I'm 7. I've recently come into this mindset of this enlightenment that I am a conscious black man and I can do all things through my mind and my vision, my thought process. That I was just like anyone else, come from the urban community background. I like the things that I see on TV, the shiny big rims, the leather coats, and all of the propaganda. That I wasn't perfect, and my child shouldn't suffer for that. So I'm trying to mend my relationship. I'm trying to reach out, and then you have to understand that the women, just because you're consciously woke doesn't mean that the person on the other end, the adult on the other end, is consciously woke. They could still be listening to the news and society and Facebook. So you have to understand how you're perceived. You might not always be taken to be a good person, a good dad with good intentions. You might have to build that trust up. Don't give up. Don't say, oh man, I'm trying to do it. She keep, not letting me talk to my kids. She keep downing me. Don't give in or give up. It's so easy to give in and give up with all the other things that we have to do out here as men. And that's one thing, ladies, understand that men have a lot riding down on them. I understand you got the kids and you got all of this, but still, ladies, even, as being a man is not hard. We do more than just take out garbage and, change flats and shovel snow. You guys coming in late at night, if somebody's hanging out in front of the house and you don't know him, hey, he might have a knife or a gun, but guess who's going to go out there and check on that for you? So understand that being a man comes with pressure. We have to be that person that steps up to the plate. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Hey, that's a message.